Hey guys, good evening. So, um, yeah, looks like, it's the weather in our area right now, it's not bad. It's just cloudy. Surprisingly, it's still in the low 90s. But from where we're at, hey Olivia, good evening. I just wanted to do a short a live stream because there's a storm coming in from that area over there. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's thunder going on. And there's already been a confirmed tornado touchdown. That's about 30 minutes um, west of us. And that specific storm cell is heading this way. So the small window that the hubby thought we'd have to get out there and work before the rain comes in just basically disappeared, because we're not going to take the chance of getting out there, even though it doesn't look bad right now. And my family that's there in people order more in the rain, right? Hey, tornado, right? That's usually our time to try and make more money, but if it was just rain, that'd be one thing. Look how these clouds just look like marshmallows as they're being heated up, and they get really bubbly. The plane. But we're not going to take the chance of getting out there and getting caught in this. I called all my family that's over there. The sirens have been going off. Like I said, there's already been a confirmed tornado that, unfortunately, that specific part of the storm is slow moving. They said it's going like 8 miles an hour, but because one of the other times, part of my family that was out that way, they all like to hang out in their rooms, or because a few of them are smokers, they'll go to the garage and hang out. And I'm like, no, 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 no. No matter how many years we go through with warnings, and they're like, do not play around with it. Do not play around with it when there's potential tornado. If they don't tip during a thunderstorm, that is the test for heavenly entrance. You tell it. You tell them, tornado. But like I said, look at that. Hubby's we reached out to our other daughter too, because she's dog sitting, and we wanted her to be prepared as well, to find the safe zone. Last night we did get some, heavy rain. It hailed a little bit here too, but thankfully for us it was pea size. But my family there in Killeen, they said it started out pea size, but then it got bigger, and that it turned into grape size hail. So we're hoping that we won't have to deal with hail. But looking at the radar, that the what do you call that? The channels that we're watching, there's good patches of there that will be getting what do you call that? Good chances for hail. See, look, I'm trying to turn this around. Turn around. So this guy is I guess this is a different storm chaser that he's watching now. But this is taking place right now here in Texas, west central part. And they said that specific storm cell that is producing the tornado is heading our way. Okay, so this is the other guy, Connor Cruff. He's another storm chaser. So this guy, Max Velocity, he's going back and forth between two different people that are storm chasers. Do UFO, huh? Oh. Let's go back out to the front. Like I said, I could hear the thunder. Right now and it did get pretty hot today. We were in the low 90s. And so, you know, the recipe for bad weather, you know, is there. So it wasn't you? Are you sure, Tornado? Are you not bringing it this way? So the clouds that I was showing you guys earlier, look at it. It hasn't even moved. It's the exact same. Even before I started the live stream, the way these clouds look above us has been this way for like the last 20 minutes. It hasn't moved. It's the same bubbly clouds. I say bubbly because that's what it looks like to me. So yeah. I just really hope, because my daughter's car is here. And she was like, she basically wanted us to be protecting it. I was like, well, we could put cardboards on the windows and whatnot, but it ain't gonna make a difference if there's high winds. It'll just blow it right off.
Well, see,
but if you guys want to know what it's looking like in the central part of Texas, there's two storm chasers. Tornado Paigey, I don't know if that's how you pronounce their last name. Paigeyy. Storm chaser. And then the other one is Connor. He's been going back and forth between the two of them. Oh, the other guy's name is Connor Cruff. Croff.
Apparently there's up to 4.5-inch diameter hail on the storm, at least at one point. It's work for golf balls right now.
Great. I really hope we don't get...
There it goes. I think, again, I said this before, I think it is finally gone. I think, again, I said that before, and it wasn't, so...
I do think, the velocities haven't updated bottom right, but I do think this is occluding. It's in a terrible position for it to even be on the ground still. And this is what it looks like on radar. The northern tornado warning is still technically warned for baseball size tail. The entire supercell itself is warned for golf ball size.
I just hope, you know, it doesn't get too bad in our area over the next hour or so. But like I said, I reached out to my family and I told them, for those that are all in the affected areas, that they have their safe zones ready. That everybody be prepared, not hanging out in their rooms, because the potential for baseball size or higher for hail. So right now for us, this is one of our shelters. The hubby last year had broke down this wall back here in our coat closet. Don't mind the mess, but that provided more room. And it actually, because there's a stairway right here, so there's more room underneath the stairs, so we use it as a storage. But this is also our makeshift shelter. So we use this, and we also do our pantry. Our pantry is also, when our kids lived with us when they were younger, especially when we first bought this house, we told them that was their safe zone because it's not connected to any outer wall. That's dead on the first level. While closet, yeah, it does have that one small outer wall, but that's still our safe zone for us in our house. Because I know when we lived in Kansas, it was crazy. You know, we get that a lot with people just being all nonchalant. They're like, oh, the sirens go off all the time, and yeah, we get the warnings, but they go about it and treating it like it's a regular day. So I don't. The hubby and I don't. When it comes to weather forecasting, you can't always believe what's forecasted because Mother Nature, as we all know, can just change like that. So we still take some form of precaution because we have cats. And when you've got scaredy cats, if there's a lot of thunder going on, and especially if we're panicking a little bit, they sense that. So we always get the kennels ready. And I mean, if it comes to the point we know, we go ahead and put them in the kennels ahead of time. And because then it'll be easier for us to just place them in our in the safe room, basically. So yeah, see this storm, it's just moving slow.
It could try to drop a new tornado. That's what we're going to have to keep an eye on here, just west of Ding Dong. And so, yeah, this storm is definitely, I don't think, done with its tornado threat. I do think it's lower, but it's definitely not over. So let's keep an eye on this. See if there's anything still here. This is still a PDS tornado warning as of right now.
But how's everybody doing? What is today? It's Thursday. Right now, this live stream would have been about getting out there and trying to make some money. But now it's not. Just wanted to say, like I said, I wanted to get on here, and because ever since my birthday week, I haven't been going live as often because there's just been so much going on right now that I haven't had the time. And also part of it has to do with motivation, because some of the stuff that's been going on. We had the grandbabies here with us. So Zoe is the one that is out of the house. Dogs. Yes, she is. And the hubby already reached out to her. They were on the phone, and he wanted to make sure that she knew where to go, because there's a chance the storm will probably hit her area before us. So she said there's a bathroom that's in the dead center of the house, but he also told her just to grab some blankets and pillows just in case. We don't know the status of the house that she's dog sitting at, so we don't know if it's an old home. But we told her just to be careful, and we're still keeping in contact with her, as well as our oldest daughter that's actually in Killeen, where one of the storm cells is taking place. she said when I first got her on the phone earlier, oh, thank you, Olivia. She said that they had the potential for the baseball size hail. So,
Wow. All right, quick little update. Back over north of College Station. This might be the next storm to be watching because
okay, they're talking about another storm cell. There's like several storm cells right now here in the central part of Texas.
It just wasn't really rotating, wasn't near the boundary. It was just basically
Now, this one, another storm cell that's still north of us, like a little bit northeast, that's about 2.5 hours or so away from us.
Try to produce here soon near Hearn. If this does end up trying to produce a tornado, it would be impacting areas near Wixon Valley, Curtin on the north side of College Station, and Bryan.
But so yeah, I mean, like I said, we had the grandbabies here for almost a week. My daughter Lexi, she lost her uncle over this past weekend, over Easter weekend. So that was one of the reasons why last week we had the grandbabies with us. They were staying with us while she was being there for her uncle and her aunt. And this is from her dad's side. So my ex-husband, his oldest brother, had passed away. So we were dealing with that. And then, like I said, just other things going on. So I didn't really have some part of it had to do with time, but part of it just I had, little motivation. Getting my channel monetized should be a big motivation for me, but like I said, there was just stuff going on that I was finding lack of motivation to do my live streams.
Here, I'll just redraw it on the.
But I'm trying to get out of that and to do more live streams, whether it be gig work, crafting, cooking, like I did last weekend. So, oh, and speaking of that, Olivia, I don't know if you were actually there part of the live stream, but when I was making the banana donuts, because I was preparing it for an event that we were planning to go to, an island event. So embarrassed, but I was more sad than anything that I mixed up the days. Yeah, instead of it being on a Sunday like I was thinking that weekend, it took place on Saturday. So we missed it all together. Like I said, it was a little embarrassing, but part of it I was just like, man, why didn't anybody remind us? Why didn't say, hey, why aren't you here, to my family? But they all just assumed because of the situation with my eldest daughter's uncle that we weren't going to have the time to show up. So, which was understandable. So, but still, I was a little sad that we didn't get. But thank goodness it's the month of May. And month of May is Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. So there's going to be different events going on here in Texas. And doggone it, we're going to make sure I put it on my phone calendar for the right day. I watched the replay and then I checked for the next live and never saw it. I know, because I was saying for everybody to join the live stream for that one, and I was just like, ah. So I was a little embarrassed, but then I was joking to my family. I was like, oh well, then I guess now we have to eat all these banana donuts all by ourselves. But the next day, we brought it over to my family there in Killeen because I made regular banana donuts and the chocolate ones. So, but yeah, so there's still 2 events taking place in the month of May that are island events that are just like what I was talking about in that live stream. That there's going to be entertainment, there's going to be food, of course. There's going to be a whole wide array of vendors selling food and a whole different types of crafts. A lot of it, of course, will have to do with Guam and the surrounding islands, Hawaii, the Philippines, and even other vendors that have nothing to do with Asian Pacific, but they're always welcome to those type of events. Yeah, I can laugh at it now, but still part of me was like, oh, because I saw the pictures. I was like, oh man, that did look good, huh? I missed out on the food that was there. Is that what they call the wall?
Yeah.
Is that what they call, what is it? The yeah, the wall cloud.
Yeah, he's on the opposite side of where that tornado just was lifted, so.
Is he still in Kempner?
Comes down and, no, right now he's in Briggs. This guy.
Just what we're watching another storm chaser. But you guys can be looking forward to, live streams like that. I did do a live stream last year. I think once I did for May, and I don't know if I did the one for July. Because July, there's also a couple of events that take place celebrating Guam's liberation. And I know there's one that takes place where my family lives, and then there's one in San Antonio. And we haven't been to that one in, what, 6 years now? But, you're talking about big event. For the liberation one, those are big events. There's even a lot more people. They have to, usually for stuff like this, it's one of those huge open parks where it has a huge pavilion and, just a lot of open area, both for parking and just for, people will come and bring their tents and whatnot. So they're not just hanging out in the sun.
Collecting the payment on the first next month. I guess we'll find out.
So how did it look outside? It's still the same?
Yeah, same as it was.
But you see how quiet it is though?
Yeah.
There's no wind compared to the way it was earlier. And that was the other thing. When we were, we were out there. I don't say we attempted because I actually did accept one offer. But we were out there for lunch. And like I said, it was hot. It was in the low 90s. And there was a breeze. But now it's still muggy out here. But barely a breeze compared to the way it was earlier. And it's been kind of like, when I say dark, for when I started before I started the live stream, it started to get like this, and I was like, it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's already getting that dusk feeling. And because it was starting to get darker in the house, because of how cloudy it's gotten, and with the dark clouds. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. But it's that thunder. The bubble clouds are still above us. I remember one year we came out here because it was so interesting, the cloud formations that was going on in this area right here. Ooh, did you guys see that flash? I'm probably not going to be hanging out here too much longer. But the cloud formation over here was so cool looking. We were videotaping and just taking pictures. And then literally in the 10 minutes that we were out here watching it, if you guys can see the trees right here, next they start to sway. The temperatures, we could feel just how cold it had gotten. We could feel the temperatures literally dropping and the wind picking up. So we're like, okay, we're going in. But that's a whole lot of thundering going on. and I don't know if it's the same for y'all's area, but honestly, I don't remember thunders sounding like freaking bombs going off, or as my husband was saying, mortars, or someone standing outside your house with the I don't even want to say if it's the bass drums or something like that. They just sound a lot deeper. Really is the best way I can describe the thunder that we've been getting for the last several times we've gotten some thunderstorms running through the area. We had crazy hail a couple of weeks ago. It definitely cooled down when that happened, right? And it's cool at the same time, but you're like, yeah, I'm out of here. Only because you are watching it change, you're feeling the change, and you're talking about in a matter of minutes. So you kind of still see blue skies over there because the storm hasn't reached over there. The clouds. But just look at the way the clouds look. Hi, Miss Wendy. Thank you for popping in. Was Sunny here? Yeah, I just wanted to do a little live stream. Where parts of my family live here in Texas, they are under tornado warnings.
Yeah, the tornado came back.
In the same area?
It's headed more southwest now.
So it's still heading towards Zoe.
It's headed toward Liberty Hill again.
Oh boy. So there's been a slight update to the tornado storms that are going through now. We're watching a couple of the storm chasers here in Texas, and the update now is where my middle daughter, Zoe, where she's at, and my father-in-law. They're in that area where part of this storm is heading towards now.
I mean, you can shift and go either way. We're all in the same general straight line, east to west.
No worries. That's why when you said hi, Sunny, I'll say, did I miss Sunny popping in? Like I said, we're going back and forth. Every time, I don't mean for you all to be zoomed in to my face, but we're going back and forth from watching the news and these storm chasers that are here in Texas that are in the areas where the tornado has been spotted. And
basically, yeah.
So you guys can see the radar right there. So there's three cells right there. And it's the, whoops. It's, I don't know if you guys, I'm trying to, oh, I was going to say that little blue box that you saw down there. That's heading towards my father-in-law where my daughter Zoe is at. And getting messages from my family there. I'm probably going to be ending the live stream here because I want to go ahead and reach out to my family that's there in Killeen, where they're experiencing the severe storms right now. So, but like I said, I just wanted to jump on here and say hi to everybody. I know I haven't been doing a lot of live streams here lately, ever since my birthday week has ended, but there's just been a lot of stuff going on. And I briefly talked about it a little bit ago, so you can always just hit rewind to see what I'm talking about. But you guys stay safe out there, especially if you guys are here in Texas or in any other parts of the U.S. that is going through some of these severe storms. You guys stay safe out there. But I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully we can get out there tomorrow, even though for the next several days. Well, I'm sorry. I think tomorrow it's going to be like this again, but we're hoping. We're hoping it doesn't mess with our Saturday and Sunday, which those are our biggest money days to get out there and do some gig work. So hopefully this weekend I'll get out there and be able to do also another live stream. But until then, you guys have a good day, good evening. Oh wait, there's Lexi. The first one missed us.
I
So
don't know what they're doing. They've got,
wait, now that Lexi, are you still there?
yeah.
I didn't see that you had popped in.
Well, I don't know what he was looking at because he was looking. He was at maybe the construction spot. I don't know.
How's the weather right now? Because you just said that it missed you guys, so you guys didn't get any hail or anything like that other than the rain? Because like I said, we're watching a couple of different storm chasers.
Tornadoes. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Tornadoes coming
I
out.
was gonna say text her again, but I don't know.
But
I don't
according to the latest update, now they're saying it's heading towards Liberty Hill.
I'll wait and see if it gets closer to where she is.
Hey, Eric. Wait, what do you mean? What? It's calm now. Waiting for the second one. Oh, okay. If you're wondering also what I was talking about, Eric, if you're still here, our area, or at least where both my daughters are going to be under some severe weather, tornado producing weather. And so we've been watching a couple of different storm chasers as well as the news channel.
Moving very fast, that's for sure. Yesterday was pretty. It was pretty.
Look at that. That's one that's trying to come down, isn't it?
No, they're saying it's on the ground again.
Oh, it has made contact?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Because it doesn't look like it's actually made contact.
Whose phone is that?
Oh, mine. It's Mom. She's calling. I have to call her back. You did big or small? Thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. Especially for my family that's there in Killeen and the storm that's heading for my father-in-law where my other daughter's at, that she's working over there. She's dog sitting and staying at someone else's house. So we already told her to be prepared. And thankfully they have a bathroom that's dead center of the house. So we told her to grab blankets and pillows to keep with her in the bathroom. Oh, now this storm chaser is going to have to be moving because the tornado, he said, is moving towards him.
I don't know. I mean, I just see the books that she's picking up at the library.
Um,
I don't want to
Cove got big. Oh, Cove got the baseball size and grapefruit size. Oh,
Cove
D-
grapefruit size.
yeah, that's what Lexi just said.
Christmas. Oh yeah, this tornado's on the ground.
Oh yeah, now you can see the tip.
It's a ledge.
And got traffic heading in that direction.
Yeah, I see some brake lights.
You know that's crazy when we've watched storm chasers in the past and they're pulled over to the side because they're monitoring, right? And we know they're like touchdown, you know, and you can see how wind has picked up and everything, but you still see cars on the road.
Yeah.
And especially when they're heading in that direction. What is he getting out for?
I don't know. Taking pictures.
Oh my gosh.
He's taking pictures of his regular picture camera. So, crazy. So he's smacked upside the head with hail. There's no hail dropping on him where he's at right now.
I just, you know, like I said, it's, look at that. There's 3 cells now, the storm cells
Oh,
in
yeah.
that area.
That's where I take my picture.
But it's slow moving. That's the crazy thing about this storm. It's slow moving.
What we do, we have our what you call it?
But okay, now I'm going to go ahead and hang up because I'm going to call my mom just to make sure everything's okay because she just tried calling me. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay safe out there, whether you're working or just hanging out at home. And especially if you guys are getting some of this nasty weather that's going around. So I'll catch you guys on the next video or live stream. Have a good night, y'all. Adios for now.